Well, see, here's the deal. It's like, um, as soon as they say, we're going to Mars, and you know, like one of the people, if one of the people is named Douglas Quaid, it's on. It's on.
Somewhere out there is the three-breasted woman
Right?
waiting to welcome us all.
I mean, I don't know about you, but because this conversation, this type, would you go to Mars came up on another stream, and I was like, totally, I was like, I definitely want to go to Mars and work at a bar called The Last Resort, with a, with a midget named Tinkerbell. Oh, I'm sorry, a little person.
There you go.
Yeah.
And this might be a good time to stress that the savage perspective is not for children. So if you have young children listening, please put them away before they hear too many fuck words. It's all three tits and fuck words around here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Fair warning.
Yeah, three tits and midgets. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a website for that.
Right. So I'm sure there is.
Yeah. So I was really impressed by this thing, and as awestruck as I was by this, the next thing that I saw really bothered me. This thing right here, The Guardian, actually bothers me quite a bit. But the idea is that NASA is to change harmful and insensitive planet and galaxy nicknames, right? Do you know by looking what nebula this is, Shellback?
No, I don't know. To me, it looks like it's something you'd see underneath of a microscope.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know.
The caption here says Planetary Nebula NGC 2392 was known as the Eskimo Nebula.
Okay.
So the idea being the you can see the stellar mass in the center, and then where the outer shell has exploded away, the inner portion of that looked to be a face, and then the outer shell looked to be like the fur-lined hoodie.
Yeah, parka. Yeah,
whatever. Parka. Yeah. Thank you. So, according to SJWs, such labeling is harmful and insensitive. Yeah. When if you're a fan of stargazing, if you don't want to call it the Eskimo Nebula, you can go by its NGC catalog number. So it's the New Galactic Catalog. There's a couple of different indexing methods for stellar phenomenon, and the NGC is probably the newest one. There's plenty of others. NASA has signaled it is joining the social justice movement by changing unofficial and potentially contentious names used by the scientific community for distant cosmic objects and systems such as planets, galaxies, and nebulae. In a statement last week, the space agency says that as the, quote, community works to identify and address systemic discrimination and inequality in all aspects of the field, it has become clear that certain cosmic nicknames are not only insensitive, but can be actively harmful, end quote. NASA added that it is, quote, examining its use of unofficial terminology for cosmic objects, as part of its commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion.
And it's harmful. It's harmful how?
Because people on Earth are too fucking sensitive. And this is what I wonder. So eventually we're going to make contact with other intelligent species. And we're going to say, yeah, we used to call that the Eskimo Nebula, but now we're calling it the Inuit, indigenous, oppressed by white people nebula. And the alien is going to be like, what now?
Right. Yeah.
You know, but what happens if we fail to recognize what they call it on Clack 27? Oh, we don't call it that at all. We call it, you know, the piss and vinegar nebula. Why don't people on Earth adopt that? That's insensitive to us.
Yeah.
Or are we going to go to Clack 27 and be like, you know, there's not enough diversity. I only see purple people here. What'd you do with all your black people? Clack 2s.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Where are all the grays? Huh? Where are the grays?
Yeah. You know, you stash them somewhere in thousands of years of evolution. Purple's the only thing you could come up with. We have at least 175 distinct genders on our planet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you know, the thing is, it's like they're, you know, all these people are, as we like to say, bending the knee to a percentage of the population that is like very, very, very small. So I don't know. It's and the thing is, you know, it's like you know, the people who discover, you know, the people who discover these you know, stars and nebulas and, you know, all these space phenomenon, you know, and they, you know, they're the ones that get to name it, right? You know, it's like, you know, if you discover, you know, if you discover a new star or a you know, or a meteor or whatever flying through space, you know, you get to name it, you know. And the person that was like, well, I want to name it the Eskimo Nebula because it reminds me of an Eskimo. You know, if
Right.
that person was racist or prejudiced or whatever ist against that group of people, okay, I don't even they wouldn't have named it that, you know. You know, granted, you know, and I'm trying to think of the actual origins of the you know, Eskimo name or word or whatever, but you know, I think it's basically, you know, like a term used for, you know, more than one you know, more than one tribe or whatever, you know, like, you know, down here in the lower 48s, you know, you know, we say, you know, or at least we used to say American Indian or whatever, you know, which included all the tribes, you know, I mean, Cherokee, Blackfoot, Sioux, you know, and then, which, you know, there's an example right there, you know, the Sioux, there's, you know, depending on who you ask, you know, you're like, oh, so, you know, you're a Sioux. And they're like, well, I'm a Lakota or I'm a Dakota, you know, it's like, so, I mean, it's just I think at least in concept, I don't know. I mean, I could be talking out of my ass here, but you know, the word Eskimo is basically just like a general term for natives of Alaska, you know, and
Sure.
so, you know, it's not, you know, just because a certain person came up with the name doesn't mean that it's racist. Okay. So,
well, okay. So other problematic astronomical phenomenon includes the Siamese twins galaxy, which are comprised of NGCs 4567 and 4568, respectively. Okay. The nicknames and terms have historical or cultural connotations that are objectionable or unwelcoming, and science depends on diverse contributions. In the future, NASA says it will only use the official International Astronomical Union designations in cases where nicknames are inappropriate. Cosmic objects such as Bernard 33, nicknamed the Horsehead Nebula, would retain their names. Because until we have somebody who identifies as a horsehead, Bernard 23 is safe.
Until Mr. Ed freaking gallops up and says, that offends me.
Hello, you are a bigot. What da 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 da? What da 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 da?
Wow.
Okay.
And the thing is, it was Siamese, okay, because at once upon a time that particular part of the world was known as Siam.
Yeah, okay? It's now called Laos, but it used to be called Siam.
And freaking a Siamese twin, okay, yeah, is now, you know, what is that? Formally or whatever known as a conjoined twin, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm guessing that the term Siamese twin came about because the first, or at least one of the first, conjoined twins was found in Siam.
Yes.
So I don't know. It's
so there you go.
These people are just reaching for shit. They're just reaching. You know, it's
definitely. Well, and then we also see down here in this last paragraph, it was confirmed that a new planet named Uranus is actually going to be, the name is going to be changed to Planet Asshole to protect the insensitive snowflake.